Hey, Scott Bernstein, for not believing Gunner and trying to detach your name from him and his brand. You sure didn't mind publishing something in 2017 on your channel that you promote as factual information. Let's see, you titled it Retired Detroit Goodfella. Former Detroit Mafia associate. Related to the Tocco family, blah, blah, blah. Let's see how many different times you co-wrote that. February 5th. Book sample from a former mob associate. The 19th. Detroit mobbing on water and boat rackets, bad bosses. Let's see here. Below is an excerpt from Detroit gangster turned author Gunner Lindbloom. So you're even referring to him as a Tocco in 2019. What else we got? Former Detroit wise guy talks about the mob. Another story you wrote about Gunner being in the mob. Wow, that's 4. Let's see. Next page. Former Detroit mob associate looks back on his days and nights in the life. Published by Scott Bernstein. Oh, Gunner Lindbloom. Oh, you're interviewing Gunner. Look at you interviewing Gunner, but you didn't think he was anything, right? According to Lee Cole interview. Are you tempted to go back to the life? I need to clarify that a guy is only all the way in if he takes the oath. Gunner admits he wasn't all the way in. I did work and was a good earner for my uncles over the years, but I always saw myself as a lone wolf. I did answer to my uncles, but I never took an oath or anything like that. They were all the way in and had no way of getting out. Both are dead now, so I have no problem putting that on record. Wow. How did you not know his uncles weren't made back then? Because he said they were, and you published this, so you were signing off on it. So, obviously, if he told you and you didn't question it, he might have thought that was a reason why they were made also, since he believed and trusted you at the time. What else do we got? Do we got 6 of them? Oh, yep. One-time Motor City Mafia associate talks about the mob muscle game. Ex-Detroit mob associate talks about mafia pawn shops. Former mob associate recounts his days in steroid business. Former Detroit mob associate reflects on some early memories growing up in the mafia. Let's see what you guys talked about here. My first real memory, blah, of my Uncle Pete, my real first. Apparently the guy who managed the place, fatal gambling. My mother, Grace Tocco, was 100% Sicilian, oldest 5 siblings. Her parents, old world inspector, grew up in Marion, but my mother was a smart woman, school teacher, family business. My uncle Salvatore and Pete didn't like his father. My father got drunk at my parents' wedding, blah, blah, blah. My father ended up being there. My uncles would go to pay him. I actually spoke on. My father, exactly. Because my mother defected from the family and married someone out the book. She and him. So we're married. Shack of a house, off a gun, blah, blah. At around age 15. I still went to my grandparents' house every Sunday for dinner, and one Sunday after dinner, my Uncle Pete would later become my boss and more like my uncle and have word with him in the basement. I got some better stuff in the blah, blah, blah. Oh, signed Scott Bernstein. Wow. So that's 7 stories on your webpage that you co-signed. Funny. You're a fraud, buddy.